Welcome back guys to our solar eclipse series. In this video we're going to be looking at some of the equipment that we're going to be using. Hi guys, this is some of the equipment that we're going to be using for imaging the solar eclipse in April. I'll run through all of the different aspects of it. You'll be able to see whether any of this will match some of the equipment that you have if you're planning on imaging the solar eclipse as well. I'll also run through what I'm planning to have each piece of equipment doing. So let's get right into it. Okay, so first up we've got two laptops. Each laptop will be connected to one camera. Each camera will be doing a different job with regard to the solar eclipse. We don't know whether we'll have the bandwidth to be able to live stream it onto the internet, but we're going to hopefully capture as much of the solar eclipse as we possibly can as it's happening. Okay, so our next piece of equipment is our cameras. So we've got a GoPro. We're going to set this up as a time lapse. It's going to be a very wide angle shot. It's going to be basically having some trees or something in the foreground with the sun in the background, obviously looking at the sun. It's going to be a time lapse. It'll do the whole hour and a half, but we'll try and compress that down to maybe 2 or 3 minutes. Our Coolpix here, another one, going to be a wide angle, but it's going to have a much closer shot than the GoPro. It's got a 10 times optical zoom on it. Not very good, but again, we're going to have this one recording 100% of the solar eclipse as it happens. We then move over to, and of course it's got the solar filter as well. I haven't made the solar filter for the GoPro yet, but I will be doing that. Alright, so then we've got the big camera, which is the Nikon P1000. It's got a 125 times zoom on it. It's also got the solar filter that you would have seen me make if you watch the solar filter manufacturing tutorial. That's going to be the one that I'm going to be concentrating most of my efforts onto. It will get a quality image from the sun. I'll actually put up an image while we're talking about this so that you can see what sort of image we're going to get with this camera. So that, like I said, that's going to be the one that I'm going to be concentrating the most of my efforts on. So the three cameras is GoPro, FinePix, and the Nikon P1000. Okay, some other pieces of equipment. So I've got a very lightweight tripod, which is going to be used for the FinePix. Because it's such a wide angle view, I'm not that concerned about vibration or anything like that. But it is possible to add weight to this to hold it down, to make it a bit more steady. So that's a lightweight tripod. Now for the Nikon P1000, I'm using a much sturdier and heavy tripod because the zoom is going to be so close. Any vibration, wind or anything like that's going to cause shaking in the camera and the images, so we want to minimize that as much as we possibly can. I'm going to attach weights as well to the arms here, so 3 weights. All I'm going to do is fill up bottles of water and hang them below it, and then just take them together in a bunch so they won't swing around and cause problems themselves. Some of the other accessories. So for the P1000, I've got a remote. I don't want to be touching it while I'm doing my imaging. I want to do everything by remote, so there's no introduction of any vibration from me pushing buttons or doing anything. So I've got a remote for that. I've got a second battery for it as well, so if the battery fails on it, I can replace the battery straight away. Memory cards, so make sure you've got
good high quality memory cards for your imaging. You want them to be fast, so if you are, most cameras are set up so that they can only record for 30 minutes, unless you're using a video camera. You may have an overheating problem. There could be any problem that could occur that may stop your camera from continuing to operate. So you want to have a fast card so that it's writing to the card really quickly. If you need to pause, shut down, do whatever, and then get back into filming again. Now I'll move on to some of the specialised equipment. Okay guys, probably one of the most important pieces of equipment is the next bit that I'm going to show you. Now this is whether you're going to be taking photographs or not. If you're just going to be watching and experiencing the solar eclipse, you really want to get yourself a pair of these. Now they don't particularly look that fantastic, and you can see absolutely nothing through them because these are the solar filter glasses. Now these ones are, I think, quite good. They're eclipse. Now you can purchase these online and they'll get posted out to you. I think it's available from B&H Photo, which is a New York company. So again, eclipse, very good. Get those. And they also come with these nice little pack here, and this has a couple of the cardboard solar eclipse filters in there as well. And I'll show you what you can do with these with your smartphone to do a filter for your smartphone if you're thinking of using your phone to take some images. I'll show you that later on. Okay, so with these exceptionally stylish solar glasses, well, they're not really, but you know, if you're going to protect your eyes, then it doesn't really matter about style, does it? However, with your smartphone, neat little trick that you can do is you can, if your camera is here like this, you can actually put the glasses over the top so it's covering your camera, and just put a little bit of tape around to hold it in place. And then that's a nice, really simple way to produce a solar filter for your smartphone. So you just need a pair of these for yourself and a pair of these for your smartphone, and you're all set, and away you can go. I've just thrown in a hard drive, simply because a lot of the imaging could be fairly big. You might have spent a great deal of time getting sorted out and getting set up for it. You want to get as much of the information spread across as many devices as you can. So a copy of the files onto your laptop, copy of your files onto some backup storage. Right, some specialist equipment. This is a equatorial mount for your camera or your recording equipment. Really important if you want to have the camera tracking the sun as it's moving along and not having to touch it, so that it'll do all of the tracking manually. So it comes with a number of items. So you've got the equatorial, it's a wedge, I think it's called a wedge. Now this you set up for longitude, latitude. Is it longitude or latitude? It's the one that goes round, whatever that is. Anyway, I'm going to be in Texas. I'm going to be setting this up to, I think, 37 degrees and 2 minutes. And then in Perth, when I'm testing it, it's 37 degrees, 37.8 degrees. Texas 37.2. And that I'll actually run through a video on how to set all of this up as well. So that's the wedge. You then have the equatorial mount. Okay, so basically that sits onto the wedge. So, like I said, I'll run through this, but that sits on the wedge, like so. Once it's set up and it's on top of the tripod, you do not touch this. It does not move because it's aimed at the polar area in the sky. So it's just going to go around that polar area, and then attached to this at the front here, you have the counterweight, your camera on the end here, and as this is turning, it's turning your camera so it follows wherever the sun happens to be tracking. It's not that hard. I'll show you how to set it up. And it has a little illuminator for the targeting thing, which is inside here. And again, I'll show you how to do that in a later video. Yeah, so that's most of the equipment that I'm planning to use. I'm going to run through with you how to set up the EQ. I think I'll have one video specially just for that, because if you get this wrong, you want to get it right first time. If you're doing it, you want to get it right first time. You don't want to have to be making adjustments on the fly when you're under pressure. So we'll run through how to do that in a separate video. So thanks for joining me this time. If you enjoyed the content, again, hit that subscribe button. Help us out. I've got like 20 subscribers. I really need some more. Yeah, anyway, thanks for watching.